Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. I decided that today we're going to spin the 3-ply progressive fractal batt kit. One, I really wanted to spin this and see how it looks, and two, I want to do something that I can do quickly. Let's show you what's happening here. So this is a 3-ply fractal batt kit. So the fractal is when you divide the colors up into long, middle, and short repeats if you're doing a 3-ply. So here is the short repeats in the roll-ag form here. And then I have the roving that was dizzed off of my drum carder. And this is the long repeat. And I really love this. This has a recycled silk sari and Polwarth. These are the medium repeats here, and they're just like these cute little mini bats. I just love these things. They're my favorite to look at. Look, aren't they cute? They're adorable. So little medium repeats, and we'll go ahead and spin these up and see what we get for our final yarn. So let's see, what end should I spin first? I don't really spin a lot of black because it's hard to see. And speaking of which, I should probably put something white in my lap. Let's do that. Let's start with white. Let's do with white. So we're going to remember to spin everything, and that is important, to spin everything from the same color end when you're doing the fractal here. Let's see if this even has enough draw on it. I can't remember what I was doing last on here. There we go. So I do not have a specific project in mind for this, so I thought that I would just do whatever it feels like it wants to be, kind of a thing, you know, spin with the crimp. And I am going to do a little short backwards draw for this. This is really pretty though. I love the sari. So let's see, this single right here is around a 20 to 22, right there, if you can see that. It's sitting nicely in the 22. Might be able to be a 20, but somewhere in there. So I like that. Let's see what our plyback test looks like as far as twist goes. That also looks lovely. Maybe a touch more twist for this. Well, let's just do one little treadle more. There we go. I like that a little better. So there you have that. And then I think that this should end up giving me a DK weight yarn, famous last word. So spinning from roll-ags, if you're not doing a fractal and you don't really have a preference of what order everything is going in, sometimes, or if you're doing a solid colored roll-ag, sometimes one end will spin smoother than the other, and if you're having trouble, if you're really struggling with one end, flip it around, and the other side will probably be the magic. So the roll-ag should be really soft and fluffy and should have nice open center so that the fiber can draft out really smoothly. If you see a really nice tightly wound looking, roll-ag, it's probably going to be a little more challenging to spin. Not always, but probably. All right, let's see if we're staying on task here. I already feel like I've gotten, yeah, see, this is just what I do. So yeah, this is a 36. So this is a 36. We don't want a 36. Yeah, that's a little too thin for my tastes. I wanted to do something fast. It's not going to be fast if I'm spinning it, super thin. So let's try that again. Let's see if we can't stay on target. So because this is this was merino top that I started with, and I put it through the drum carder in line, in the line that the top was in. It's about 90% aligned fibers in that, so you're not going to lose that much of it if you drum card it. So it's not going to be truly a woolen prep. It is, but It's really not going to be as fragile as it could be as if I did like my hand processed fiber. If I put that in there, it would really be a true woolen if I had it going all different directions, and it would really be lofty, lofty, lofty. I don't know if any of you guys saw the alpaca that I did from my Ireland trip last fall. When I got my new drum carder, I think that was the second or third thing that I put through my drum carder, and it was like this. It looked like a blanket of snow. It was so fluffy and airy. That's really a true woolen prep, because the fibers were truly just everywhere. I wasn't feeding top in, in the order that it came in, which is what this was. When you do that, I think your spin is going to be more of a semi-worsted spin. Especially if I did a worsted spin, I would end up with a semi-worsted yarn. Sorry, I said spin. Semi-worsted yarn. And I'm going to finish spinning up this single, and then we'll be back to do the medium repeats, and then we'll do the long repeats. I will see you back here in a blink of an eye. I am working on my long repeats here, and you can see that now the white is taking up. It's the whole way through. And then I got back to the beginning, and now I'm on the gray, which will probably come down and come back up, and then the black will come down and back up. And the spinning is the same here. My little plyback test shows that I do need a little bit more twist on this right here. So a little underplied right now. But that's also been sitting stretched on my wheels for a couple of days. So let's get started with this. Ooh, go the correct direction though. There we go. This should be very easily remedied, and there we have it. Much better. Even a little more, I think, would be lovely. There we go. I like that. So we are going to continue on here. I'm still sticking with my 20 to 22, and I'm right on that 22 here. Ah, perfect. And that is lovely. This is what we want right here. I like that a lot. So let's continue on with this. Let's move my hooks here. Okay, so I'm going to continue with this. It's nothing too exciting. It's the same stuff here as we've been doing. Same spin, just long repeat. There you go. And here we have the plyback test now after I thinned it out a touch. And it's still a little bit thick through this piece of sari here, which is fine. And this might be a tiny bit tight down here now. So I'm going to take a little bit of this out. And again, you don't have to be this fiddly. I'm just trying to demonstrate for you guys. And now, again, when you're doing this, you can't really take the twist out when you're doing a single unless you rotate the entire top, which I just did. And so now you can see that it's a little looser now, so it doesn't look quite as thin down here. And that looks better, so I like that. So I'm going to take a little more of the twist out here and just kind of rotate my top around. And that's the thing, it has to go the whole way through to the bottom, or else the twist is going to come up into your drafting triangle. You don't want that. So now it's even less twist, and it looks a lot more symmetric. It's not as compressed here, much softer, and I have that little open loop on the end. Hopefully I'm gonna have this all done before I leave for Philly this weekend for the Philly bike ride, which I've been really looking forward to. Ooh, and now we've booked an escape room, which is gonna be, I've never done one before, so I'm really excited to see how that works out. And we're doing the Taste of Philly, and which is like a food tasting tour, I guess. We're doing that after the bike ride on Saturday, and then when we get there on Friday night, we're going to be doing a Halloween. It's called Halloween Nights, and there is the penitentiary in Philadelphia is the most expensive penitentiary in like the history of the United States. And it's kind of where that Gotham kind of penitentiary comes from. It looks like an old castle. It's all creepy looking. So it's supposed to be really scary. I'm not actually somebody who seeks out that kind of stuff, but I think it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. And Al Capone's cell was there. He was a prisoner there. So interesting stuff. And the escape room is a 1776 themed escape room for the U.S. Revolutionary history. It has to do with Ben Franklin and getting the French to send troops when we were fighting Britain. So interesting. I don't know a ton about it, which is might make it harder for us to succeed, but I'm hoping that some of my other friends are better at history than I am. So I will see you guys here in just a few, and we'll get this 3-ply. I have our 3 singles, our short, medium, and long repeats, and I am going to just put this through my leader here. I have a little loop, and I'm going to make sure that we are on S because I spun my singles Z, so we're going to ply counterclockwise in the S direction. I'm using the E-spinner because it's just fast with 3-plying, and I have some other exciting stuff that I want to get onto that I want to show you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done within the next couple weeks. One of them is, and I really hope to do this when I'm off work next week, for my 30th anniversary and my birth anniversary, because I got married on my birthday and it'll be 30 years. And I took the week off, and we're gonna go do a bunch of fun bike rides and day trips, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some scouring ink. It's supposed to be gorgeous weather. And I am going to actually wash Finn's first haircut, and we'll go through that, and I think it'll be fun. And I want to get that done, and then I also want to do some comb. I want to comb this CVM Rommeldale sheep that I got this summer that I scoured. I made a video, I just never posted it. It's a little loud, the background's a little loud. It was before I got my better mic. So I've been hemming and hawing about whether or not I want to put it up. So I might not, but either way, we're going to get to the combing part of it and the spinning. So I am ready to roll here. We are on S. I haven't used this in a long time. Let's see if I can, there we go. So when I 3-ply, no, that is not enough tension, that is not enough draw. So I need a little more draw, make sure everything is set. Make sure this is actually in the slot. It is, okay. Oh, that's better, okay. So when I'm 3-plying, I like my lazy Kate behind me as far as I can and on my left. I'm just picking up these 3 singles here, and I like to put them between my fingers, like so. And that way I can hold them tensioned as things come on to my bobbin. And right now, whoop, that didn't look right. Oh yeah, we don't want that. See that? That's not cool. There's like a little twisty, I didn't have enough tension on there, so I'm just gonna take it out. Usually I can get past it and fix it. There we go. There we go, that's better. So right now, my tension, I think, is just a little fast for me. I like to ease into it, warm up a little bit, and then dial it up slowly. So that's what I'm gonna do. It needed just a smidgen less speed on that. So what we're doing here, remember, this is gonna be a subtle background stripe, and here's our slight curve back. Oh, this is looking lovely. It's hard to measure the angle of ply to show you guys on black, so we'll have to wait till we get to a better spot. But the background, there's gonna be a subtle changing of background stripe, but within that subtle, larger stripe of the background, there's gonna be the fractal changes between the short repeats, the medium repeats, and the long repeats. And let's see, get this rolling. There we go, now we're set and dialed in. Sometimes it's a little fiddly in the beginning. Actually, it's not fiddly, I'm fiddly. My lazy Kate tension had come a little bit untensioned here, so hence the subsequent difficulties. So what I'm going to do, it's going to take me a second to get this all together, but it's going to be okay. There we go, now I have my tension better. That was going to work just fine. So I got back from my Philly bike ride last night. It was amazing. We went, I've never been to Philadelphia. Well, not in like 30-something, 32, 33 years ago. It was amazing. So we did our Philly bike ride, the Philly bike ride, which was 20 miles. And we ended up riding about 22 miles because we rode to and from the venue also. And then we, well, let's see. Let's start at the beginning because it was so much fun because everything that I did was a first for me except for the bike ride, which is the first in Philly, but we did a similar one in DC a couple years ago and it was a lot of fun. So we were pretty sure we would love it. But, so we got there in the evening on Friday night. Traffic was horrendous. Here we go, right there on 30. Do you see that? That one's a nice, easy one to see. Let me rotate this around here a little. Or do it further out. Let's do this one. There we go. So right there, we are sitting on the 30, sitting pretty. So the traffic was horrendous, but we got there. We got to our Airbnb, set our stuff down, and then we went to a haunted, the Eastern State Penitentiary is in Philadelphia, and it's kind of a falling down castle-looking thing now. And it was where Al Capone was a prisoner, and it was built in the early 1800s, and it was functional as a prison until like 1971. So that was all the history I learned. After that, it was all just fun. I've never been to a haunted house. In my entire life, I've never been to a haunted house. And I'm not a spring chicken. So it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, it was a blast. And we did... there was 4 separate haunted houses, and you could like get a necklace, like a glow stick necklace, and if you opted in and you took the glow stick necklace, then they could like, the scary things could touch you and they could like kidnap you and remove you from your party. And I was like, heck no, I'm not opting into that. So that was not something that happened. But my husband, he's so funny. I almost had an actual heart attack. Well, so I'm sort of famous for being unflappable, and I don't scream and I don't lose my cool. The people at work have this running joke. They try to scare the providers, and they have given up on me because I just don't scare. You know, like one time in like 12 years, I think I flinched once. And so they're like, I'm no fun. The other docs just fall down on the ground in a ball screaming. And they go to extreme lengths to scare us. And I'm like, well, I know that I'm not going to see a ghost in my clinic. So it's fun. And we went to this thing and I was like, yep, it's going to be fine. I don't have any issues with horror. And can I just tell you, I screamed bloody murder. My husband was next to me and I wasn't holding his hand or anything, but occasionally I would just like, you know, confirm he was there and like reach out and touch him. And, it was pitch dark, you couldn't see anything, and there were these like wraith type things, these people dressed as wraiths that were very convincing. And you know, it was just, I was leading and I was walking through, and you know, my husband and our 2 friends are behind us, and the wraith, my husband stepped off and pointed to the wraith and you know, quietly indicated that he should take his place and scare the bejeepers out of me, and boy did he ever, because I thought that my husband was next to me. And I kind of reached over to just confirm he was there type of a thing, because it was pitch black, and that wraith was right there, and he got right, like half a centimeter from my face, and was like, I was scared, and I just screamed and screamed and screamed, and like fell on the ground. I was like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. It was the best scare ever. He was very funny. And we had a great time. There was like one of them, you wore 3D glasses in that one, and that called Delirium. It was really fun. And then they had a speakeasy that we went to, and you got a couple of drinks, and this part wasn't scary, but you got to take a tour of the cells, and we got to see Al Capone's cell, and I played blackjack with some zombie dude. It was fun. We had a good time. And then the next day we did the ride, so we finished that at like midnight, and then we got up at like 6 and went and did this ride. And then after the ride, we did this Taste of Philly tour. Wow, was that amazing. Again, never been to Philly as an adult, and it was fantastic. It was the best. We did like a Philly cheesesteak. We did a tomato pie, which is not pizza, I learned. And then we went to this, we did hot pretzel, of course, we did that. And then we went to this place called the Reading Market. It was amazing. Most amazing donut I ever tasted in my entire life from this place there called Byler's. And I will never forget it because it was amazing. And we should have bought some, but we didn't. And then we went to a escape room. I've never been to an escape room before. Another first time thing. And it was so much fun. It was a 1776 themed one. And my friend Cheryl is really, really smart. And like really smart, you know, solves those mini crossword puzzles in like 27 seconds. And I thought we were gonna crush it. I was like, oh, we're gonna be so good at this that it's probably not even gonna be challenging. And we got in there, and can I just say, it was way harder than we thought it would be, and we didn't really fully understand how you're supposed to play the game because we'd never done it before. It was really fun though. And it was themed 1776, so it was Ben Franklin's print shop, and we were trying to find the 7 principles, and we had to get this printed up and sent out, so we had to find them, put them in the right place, and then find the key that opened the box, and then move the printer arm to, you know, print the flyer, the paper. It was really cool, and we stank at it. There was only 3 minutes left when we finished. It was really fun. We laughed so hard, but we did get it, and it was really exciting finding the clues. I didn't realize they would be so elaborate. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought it was going to be more rudimentary, but it was really fun. Like all kinds of fancy things. Like you had to turn the head on a statue to look at another statue, and then that statue had to look at another statue, and then that statue had to look at something, and then boom, you know, it opened up a magnetic locked box, and then you got a key. It was really cool. So that was our amazing fun time in Philly. We got back late last night. I wanted to have this video done before I left last weekend, but I just didn't have enough time. Oh, look at how pretty this looks. Now you can see the gray here. We should be getting into the short repeats of the white here any minute. Yep, I can see they're coming. So this is going to be lovely. Just making sure that I have a nice gentle fold back here. We've got our 30-degree angle of ply. I just keep, even though I'm chatting, I keep stopping in and checking. But this is progressing beautifully. I'm really happy with it. Finn's hair finally grew back. He looks super cute now. We just took him to the groomer today, the new groomer. Nice thing about the e-spinner is that obviously it's like treadling the most consistent treadle ever because it's at a constant speed. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Here comes the white. And I'm loving these transitions. This is gonna look so pretty when it's knit. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Let's see what this is gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna make with it though. So that looks so cool. I just wanted to get the white in there so you could get the sense of the moonlight coming in here. I will see you back for my favorite part so we can do all of our final edits and have it up for you guys this weekend while I am where? At the beach, because it is my birth anniversary month and I just go, go, go. So last week was Philly, this weekend is girls weekend at the beach, and then all next week is time with my number one. 30 years. Time flies. It really does. In a good way. Look, you can see the nice subtle stripe progression coming, yet a blend of all of the colors. This is really cool. This is exactly what it should look like. All right, I will see you guys here in just a minute to pop this off the nitty notty. Time for my favorite part. I think it's gonna look good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Oh, it looks good. Set this down for a second here. So here we have it. And I think now it's really easy to see that line of fractal blending through, but the stripe that it's gonna have. Doesn't that look cool? So we are going to get this in. Let's see if I can get this close enough. Get this in to soak, and then we'll be back in just a second with the final yarn. Here we have our final yarn. It turned out lovely. Here we have the progressive pattern kind of working its way through here. And you're starting off with the white, and then you get a little white and gray, white and black, and then we kind of working our way through, and then you got all, my skin is so dry, everything's sticking to it. And here we have all 3 colors in here. I really love this portion of it. Look at how pretty that is. You can see the green in there. And that's from the sari. And then here we are with the gray and the white. And then on this side, we're getting into more of the solid gray, and then it goes black and white, and then out here we're getting to the black. The other side has the other half of that progression here. So you can see that there's the black, and then we're gonna progress through this way like that, and it looks really, really cool. So this is gonna give you that subtle background stripe with a very nice transition between them. So there you have it, Moonlit Seas. But I wanted to get this done because the sun was right, the time was right, and I have the available daylight here, so I wanted to get out to show you because I do a lot of nighttime filming now that it's getting dark earlier, and just doesn't give you the same look as the natural light does. It really is quite lovely. I still have a few of these Batt kits up. I'm going to be doing more. I need to get cracking on this, but this is my birth anniversary month of love, so I'm actually out of town again this weekend, but next week when I have off, I'll be able to get to some of this, and I will get going. I'm gonna do some Christmas Batt kits, maybe some Black Friday specials in there. Not sure yet how it's gonna work out, but I'll get something set up. I'm also thinking about doing 2-ply Fractal Batt kits. So if you think you would be interested in a 2-ply instead of a 3-ply, let me know. And we can do that. Until next time, spin happy.